Valero throwing some good combinations. That was a great jab by DeMarco. Valero is a good combination puncher when he employs that, and he's doing it in spots here tonight.
Valero with both hands down. Valero saying that he caught an elbow. Now he's got a gash over his right head.
Yeah, that didn't come from a punch. I guarantee you that.
Don't forget another doctor. I'm gonna see.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a major.
Oh my. Yeah, there's no way a punch caused that.
Doctor, where's the doctor? Take a look at it. Doctor.
Juan Francisco Arenas is the ringside doctor, and that is ugly. He may not be able to continue. No. Whoa, look at that gut.
Yeah. It's okay. Stay there. Accidental foul, elbow, accidental foul, elbow. Okay, accidental foul. Okay, elbow. Okay. Okay.
That brings us back to the WBC rules. Even an accidental foul results in a point deduction from the uninjured fighters. So a point was taken away from DeMarco. It would have been 2 points had it been intentional. But boy, that's a big gash.
Wow, blood pouring down the side of his face and all the way down to his trunks. We will see now what the champion Edwin Valero is made of. And he comes out, and it's time to brawl.
But remember, if this fight were stopped before round 4 because of that cut, it would be a technical draw. So if Valero thinks he's got to try and end this fight quickly, that's not the case. After round 4, they would go to the scorecards.
Remind you of when Marvin Hagler saw his blood against Tommy Hearns. He turned out to be another human being.
He did indeed, and the difference is that came from a punch.
DeMarco trying to remain patient. But there is an awfully big target on the face, and a mouthpiece now gone. Valero loses his mouthpiece. DeMarco, he wants to fight his urge of being a brawler.
Here comes Valero. It's interesting. That was an intriguing round.
Neutral corner.
It's not over yet.
6 seconds ago, the second.
Bueno. Come in.
And that's the end of the round. Wow.
Relajadito, no se me desespere. Está haciendo bien las cosas.
You're getting a little desperate. You're getting a little desperate because of the cut. You just keep coming in, but don't get desperate.
Sigue igual, trabajando igual.
Here is where the elbow of Antonio DeMarco, the left elbow, will come around and hit the forehead. The right hand was there, and there comes the elbow. There's no question that's what created the cut on the forehead of Edwin Valero. Wow, that's a rough one. But the interesting thing is that later on in the round, Valero would lose his mouthpiece and have to fight a long time. That left hand got there. He'd have to fight a long time without the mouthpiece. But another little mini drama going on is I believe there's also a cut just over the eye of Valero, and that one could be more dangerous over the right eye. That's the kind of cut that could have a fight stopped. So he's got some issues to deal with.
DeMarco, very patient. He told us that that's what he wanted to do, use his boxing skills, move around, establish that jab. Also in the first round, some blood coming out of the nose of Valero, which is a sign that the jab was landing for DeMarco.
You know, if not for all these cuts, the interesting thing is I think Valero might have won those first 2 rounds. So for him, it's going kind of the way he wants. And yet, you can make the case for DeMarco. He just wants to get out of these first 3 rounds, and he has landed some meaningful punches. There's no question about that. Oh, big left hand by Valero. DeMarco's taking those left hands very, very well.
Valero winding up on his punches.
You can feel Antonio DeMarco, though, as this fight wears on, wanting to engage just a little more. And he is landing some very good punches, but taking lefts from Valero as well.
DeMarco also with a very good chin. We've seen him in some fights recently, especially his last three. When he fought Kid Diamond Ramkulov, he showed some tremendous boxing skills against a slick veteran and very skilled fighter. Got him out of there as well.
The interesting thing is that Valero has landed some very good lefts, and so far they have not stunned or hurt DeMarco. There's another one. And one of the big issues about Valero coming into this fight, because he hadn't really fought, there's another good left hand, he hadn't fought great opposition. Was he a great knockout puncher, or were those fighters just susceptible? His last three fighters, by the way, are ages 34, 36, and 39, Valero's opponents. So we'll see if his power is sustained. So far, DeMarco has taken those left hands, but DeMarco may have lost 3 rounds.
And because he's knocked so many opponents out early, Valero has not gone into deep waters very many times. He's never gone 12 rounds. He's gone 10 rounds once, 8 rounds once, 7 rounds once. And DeMarco getting an opportunity in the first 3 to feel the power of Valero. And just looking at him in the ring right now, you get the feeling that he's saying, not as much as I thought. Blood still coming out of the gash on the right eye of the champion. Edwin Valero in red. And that is the end of the round. For a report, let's go to Steve Farhood in Valero's corner.
All right, Gus, to reconfirm, the referee correctly ruled that it was an unintentional foul. According to WBC rules, DeMarco lost a point. I went to the corner, and Mario Morales, who is the trainer and cut man of Valero, told me there is absolutely no way he could stop the bleeding. Back to you.
All right, so an obstacle, the first major obstacle in the career of WBC lightweight champion Edwin Valero.
And remember, if we conclude this 4th round, this fight will go to the scorecards. Now, I'll tell you something. I've got Valero winning every round in this fight. Judges may see it differently.
And we will see very soon, even though Valero cut up DeMarco, as we mentioned at the top of our broadcast, concerned with getting through the first 3 because Valero has knocked so many people out early. 18 straight at the beginning of his career in the first round, 19 overall in the first round. And now we go to round 4. Expect to see DeMarco start to pick up the pace.
And you know, one of the things Edwin Valero's done better than I think some might expect, when you watch him on tape, sometimes you don't see all the skills. He's not a bad defensive fighter, and I'm going to tell you something else. He punches in combination better than you even think.
But I will say this, he keeps his hands awfully low, Al.
He does.
Look at his hands, and he keeps his hands low in punching range. Nice stiff jab by DeMarco.
DeMarco landed a very nice punch there, but the volume of punches coming from Valero, and it is true, DeMarco normally picks the pace up in rounds 4 and 5, and we'll see if he does.
Matador versus the Bull, and so far the Bull has been able to throw combination punches in Valero. As Al mentioned, looks like he does have the lead thus far.
And that's our unofficial view. The judges may see it differently, but he's certainly been more active. He's landed more shots, probably more power shots. Singular punches from DeMarco look good. There's big shots by Valero.
DeMarco almost buckled, saved by the ropes. Now some redness on the forehead of DeMarco. You don't know if it's Valero's blood or not.
And this is usually when Antonio DeMarco gets into a firefight. And look, he's coming forward. When he's hurt is when he goes after his opponent. This is a big round for Edwin Valero. And give Valero credit. He's fighting with a monstrous gash on his forehead and a slight cut on his right eye.
DeMarco eating that jab. Another combination landing for Valero. But the question is, what kind of gas does the champion have in his tank when you consider that he has not gone into deep waters very many times? And DeMarco gets better as the fight goes on.
That is the question right now.
And that is the strategy.
But I don't think DeMarco wanted to take this many power punches at this point in the fight, especially not like he did here in round 4.
Do you think he's been hurt, though, Al?
I don't know if he's been hurt, Gus. It's hard to tell. But I think he felt the power of Valero.
I don't think Valero has hurt him a bit. I think he's walked through it, in my opinion, Al, and he's setting him up to make a serious run as this fight goes on. There's a left hand.
All right. Okay, look up now. Okay. You want to win or lose? You want to win. You have to work to win this fight. The jab is not working, so then try the other one. See, he's tired. His mouth is open. It's 1, 2, 3, the combination. Okay?
Antonio DeMarco early on in the round would get that strong jab in, though he did take a left hand over it in the process, and Valero getting a couple of shots in. Valero, though, had very good moments in this round, and you see how well he uses his jab to set up these power punches. Now, but DeMarco was able to take those shots and the other big power punches as well.
All right, Romulo Chiarte, the trainer for DeMarco, made a very interesting point at the end of the round. You saw Valero's mouth wide open. And according to the veteran trainer, that means he's tired already, and we're in the 5th round.
And they're banking on that. They feel these middle rounds, and as we get into the later rounds, will be good for them. Now we have to see if that's the case. Chiarte, of course, a great trainer, worked with Julio Cesar Chavez, worked with Raul Ibarra Perez, who happens to be the father-in-law, interestingly, of Antonio DeMarco, former bantamweight champion.
And let's take a look at the official judges' scoring.
As we anticipated, a big edge for Valero. 2 judges with it 39-36, and Oren Schellenberger has it 40-35. So they have a pretty big margin. And remember, a point was deducted. Now here, the rest row, which has made the scoring a lot closer all night. 2 for Valero, and Mark Walsh from AP has it a draw, interestingly. I have every round for Valero.
Valero's mouth open again.
So, I have it 40-35.
Now DeMarco starting to stand in the center of the ring and exchange.
And these are the rounds where what you talked about, Gus, we will see if it is so. If Antonio DeMarco, as they clearly told us before the fight, would be able to control these rounds. But as Chiarte told him, he's going to have to be more active with his punching, or else he won't make Valero more tired, and he won't win the fight.
The crowd being informed of the scoring as we speak. Both fighters, Spanish fighters, understanding, probably hearing the scoring as it goes on, as they go toe-to-toe in the middle of the ring.
Break, break. And interestingly, not a lot of booing. I think they understand Antonio DeMarco hasn't won many, if any, of these rounds.
Oh, nice left hand by Valero as he turned it over.
I'm sorry, Jess. That left hand by Valero was a strong one. That was one of the better ones he's thrown in this fight. Now, to DeMarco's credit, and this speaks to what you talked about, he has not buckled from those punches.
Round 5 scheduled for 12, the WBC lightweight title. Edwin Valero, the champion, who moved up from 130 to 135 pounds, was a super featherweight champion as well. And he is in the red. Antonio DeMarco in the black trunks. Now DeMarco coming in. He's rolling that left hand. He has to be careful. Time! And don't forget.